Hello everybody, Yassas. Welcome back to our Big Fat Greek lessons. In this lesson, we're gonna be learning sound combinations of the Greek alphabet. Last lesson, we learned how all these letters, all 24 Greek letters are pronounced. And in this lesson, we're gonna learn the sound combinations that a few of them have. So let's get started. First up, we have Phi and V. Those two sounds are made with the letters Phi and Vita. In some cases, when epsilon, is next to an epsilon, it makes the sound S. So it's not AE as you would normally expect. It's F or it's EV. And that depends on the word. So that's only one thing that you need to know the word for, to know if it's F or EV. Same goes with alpha. If alpha is before an epsilon, it's not AE, it's AF or AV. Next, we have sounds, letters that makes the sound So we have epsilon from the alphabet, but when alpha and iota are next to each other, they also make the sound like in ne. It's not na-i, it's ne. Word for yes, ne. Next up, we have E sounds. So from the alphabet, we have iota, epsilon, and eta, which make the E sounds. Those are letters on their own. But we also have two combinations, omicron iota and epsilon iota. They are both E. Like ya, when you say hi, ya. Now notice that the accent is on the iota, so it's on the second letter of the two letters combinations. Make a note of that. I'll tell you about this soon. Next up, we have U sounds. In the alphabet, there's no one letter that makes the sound U. So when omicron and epsilon are together, they make an U sound. That's it for the vowel sounds. Now let's look at the consonants. D, the sound D, it's N and T together. D. And for B, remember Vita is V, it's not B. So to make a B sound, we have Mi and P. Together they are B. Next we have, to make the sound J, similar to a J sound, we have Taf and Zita. Together are J. And finally, to make a G sound, we have Gamma Kappa or Gamma Gamma. Both of those letter combinations make the sound G. So, one exception to this rule is when you see those two dots. For example, remember all these vowel combinations up here. For them to work, if the accent, the tonos, is on this part of the sentence, it needs to be on the second vowel. So for example, remember how we said that in ya, it's on the second letter of the combination, on the iota. So for example, going back to this, alpha and iota together are e. So if the tonus is on this part of the word, it would be on the iota. However, sometimes there is no tonus on this part of the word because the intonation is on a different part. So for example, souvlaki. You know that it's pronounced souvlaki and not souvlaki or souvlaki because the tonus is in the middle. Souvlaki, it's on this middle A. And so in this way, here we have alpha and iota. And on top we have those two little dots. The two little dots mean that the sound that they would combine to make is broken, so it's no longer E. It's back to A-E, the normal sounds of these letters individually. So that breaks the letter, and it's A-E. Another way to break that sound is if the tonus is on the first letter of the two-letter combination. So if it's on the A instead of the iota, it's on the alpha, it's no longer E, it's again A-E. And this only goes for vowels. Also, it makes sense because you can only put an accent on the vowels, not on the consonants. And so, therefore, all these vowel combinations, they are always like that. Okay, now let's have a look at some examples. Αυτό. Αυτό. It means this. Αυτό. Next, and it might help you if you read it, try to see what sound it makes before I say it. Next, we have fasoli. Fasoli. It means bean. Also, the accent is on the O. Fasoli. Ne is yes. Παιδί is child. Παιδί. Here we don't have the tonus on the alpha iota, and that's because when you say παιδί, the intonation is on the last letter here. Παιδί. Next up, we have mi, me, and mi. Omicron iota here, the combination. Next, remember what this combination is, omicron and epsilon. U, su, tu. Next we have some consonant combinations. So let's see. These are actually words that sound exactly the same as in English. Let's see if you remember the consonant combinations. Ni and taf, remember, is D. So we have David. D again at the end. David. Next, mi and p is B. So we have banana. Tonus on the middle A, banana. Then, taf and zeta, z. So, jacuzzi. Jacuzzi. And finally, gamma kappa, g. Goal. So here we have all the letter combinations. On the left is just some practice letters. Not combinations, just for you to practice. And feel free to take a screenshot of this screen right now to remember. And take a note of this, yeah. So this video and this other video right here is all the information you need to know how to pronounce Greek words. From then on, everything is pronounced how it looks. You know the combinations now. Yeah, that's it. We're gonna be doing some reading practice. Make sure to keep along with that because practice is what you need. It's the only thing you need right now. You have all the information. Let us know in the comments down below if anything is not clear or you would like us to go over something in specific. Otherwise, thank you so much. Ta λέμε. See you next time. Bye. Γεια σας.